Hello guys, and welcome to another video. My channel is now Jonas Center, as you can see, and I'm doing a tutorial. This is not how I normally do tutorials. I record the footage of me editing it, and then I talk over it, say what I did, but this one I'm going to make it in the process. Now let's get to it. Welcome to After Effects. I'm very new to it, but what the heck. So usually you'd want to start After Effects and you get the new project get started. So start a new project, obviously. Yeah, speaking of editing, this is a new software, so yay. So you want to get a new composition from footage, and you're going to go through your files and you're going to find the footage that you plan to use. If I can actually find what I'm looking for. Let's try this one. Okay, now it's the normal weird guy with a lightsaber just swinging it around as if I was a 2-year-old, as you can see here. I'm going to make this very short so the rotoscoping doesn't take me a long time. So if you want to cut, you press Control-Shift-D on your keyboard. I'm doing Windows. If I say Control, it's Command on Mac, I'm pretty sure. I'm just gonna keep this to a short of 3 seconds probably. Yeah, let's go 3 seconds. That's about nice. Let's be nice to myself. Okay. Now here's a process you've probably heard before called rotoscoping or pulling a mat. What tool you want to go to is, you can't see my mouse, but you can see highlight up here on the top left of the screen. There's a pen tool. You can press just G if you want. And so you want to go in and you click to do this. And if you want to switch to the hand, you just press H so you can drag it around like that. Let's go back to G. And what you want to do, okay, so in the timeline, you want to right click and create a new solid. And then you want to make it white. And then once you're good with that, you got your white solid. And what you want to do is you want to click this little eye on the left of that white solid. And then create your little mask around your lightsaber. And you can close it off. And if you click the eye again, there you go. Oh. And don't forget to open your white solid by the arrow right next to the red color. And you want to open masks, open mask 1, and then go down to mask path. You want to click the little stopwatch right here, because if you don't, you're done, because that's the keyframing. So when the mask is moving, it'll actually move instead of just staying the same. So now you can drag this around and have a little bit of fun with it. Grab a corner. Yeah, you don't want to select the solid, you want to select masks so you can edit it frame by frame. Now this normally would take a long time, like especially for the things I showed you earlier in this video. I hope I added in the lightsaber things that I made previously. And you just want to go frame by frame. I'm probably going to speed this up, but I'm going to keep talking just in case I don't. So here we are. As you can see, when I'm swinging the lightsaber really fast, there starts to get a little motion blur. Like, let's say for right here. You can see it's kind of looking like it's a lot longer than it would actually normally be. That is not a problem. You gotta make it as wide as that lightsaber, because that simulates the real life motion blur that the lightsaber would actually have if it was actually there, according to your camera's frame rate. And it can get really wide, like that, or it's more like, I would say about there. So what you just want to go frame by frame for these shots and just keep masking, I guess. Okay, that took me probably about an estimated 15 minutes for about, what was it? What would you say that is? About 3 seconds of film. So once you're done, you obviously want to check over just in case there's any mask oofs that you have, and if you have a problem, you just fix it like that. Like, see, it's a little off. And I know it's square and you're like, the lightsaber tip is whatever, but it really doesn't matter. And no problems there. Okay, Jose, let's do this. Alright. Oh yeah. And once you want to go back to your select tool so you can use the home, like your consoles, you just go to select tool, or you can press V, and yeah, and then you can mess around with your... So you want to right click back in the timeline-ish thing, and you want to put your mouse over new, and then you want to make another solid, except you want to make it a black solid, not a white solid. And so you click OK, and now you got your black solid. You want to take your white solid and drop it on top of the black solid. Trust me, make the black solid. You might be confused at first, but in a minute you'll learn why it's so important. So you can press space to review your footage, and it looks kind of cool to just see your lightsaber swing just like that. You have to admit, that's kind of funny. But this is where things get really cool. So what you want to do is you want to make 4 extra copies of that white solid. So you click the white solid, Control C, or Command C, and then Control V, 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 V. So now you have 5 white solids. So your first white solid, you want to open it up, or just press M, M. You want to change the mask feather to 2 to 5 works, but I go 3 because that's me in it halfway. And then you want to close that up, open your next white solid, and go back to the mask feather. You don't need to make a keyframe for this. I don't recommend doing that. Make it 10. For your next feather, make it 30 or 31 or 29. It's just, this is the basic thing that you would find on every tutorial that people have done. So for your next mask, you're gonna want to make it 60. That's cool. It's doubling. Interesting. Now go back to your final white solid, and you're gonna double it once more. You're gonna go 120. Alright, now if you review the footage, it looks like a more glowy lightsaber. Now, if you don't add the black solid, when you pre-comp all of this, all of the solids, you can't color your lightsaber. So you want to keep that black solid, and you want to select all of your things by just clicking and holding shift. Then you want to right click, and then you want to click pre-compose. And now you got your pre-comp, and now you want to right click your pre-comp, and you're gonna want to go to blending mode, and you're gonna want to go to screen, because it removes all that black stuff that doesn't really help you make it work. Wow, it's actually not lagging for once. That's interesting. If you don't add the black, you can't use the you can't color it. So what you want to go up to is effect, color correction, and then you want to go to color balance, not the HTS one, unless you know what you're doing. So now you got shadow, red balance, shadow, green balance, shadow, and then the primary colors are red, blue, and green. School taught you wrong. So what you want to mess around with is the highlight and mid-tone. So if I were to zoom in here, if I highlighted my blue balance, that's kind of cool. If I highlight my mid-tone, it gives it a more blue thing, so you can make it less faded. And if you feel like the blue is a bit too blue, you can add a little bit of green to mess around. Just do whatever the heck you want. But if you want to make it red, you can put that all the way up and maybe add some mid-tone red, because you don't want to do too much, otherwise it kind of destroys just the fact it's a lightsaber. But since my brother always wanted me to make a purple lightsaber with this effect, I'm going to add some highlight blue and some highlight red. Let's get it like a dark purple. Maybe add a tiny bit of mid-tone blue and a tiny bit of mid-tone red. If you add shadow, it doesn't really do much. I don't recommend it. And once you got your color correction done, you are done your lightsaber effect, because it looks a lot better colored. So now you would want to click composition. You would not pre-render. Add to render queue. Make sure that you have best settings on. Output mode module lossless. Log errors only. That the log doesn't matter. And then you want to save it to where you want to save it. So if you just name it, I'm gonna call it Lightsaber Effect 3, because I already have a bunch. So you save it like that. I'm going to end the video here because it'll be super laggy while I'm rendering it. So I'm just going to say this right now. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye!